Robert Rivas Radio.
El amor se acaba, ya no hay nada entre los dos.
Tú eres la reina de mi amor, tú eres la reina de mi vida.
Wasted days and wasted nights.
All my exes live in Texas.
This is how we do it.
This is how we do it.
Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and much more. Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and much more. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Tony Guerrero of La Sombra. Welcome, Tony, to Robert Rivas Radio.
Hey, Robert, how's it going? Bueno, primeramente, un saludo cariñoso to all the listeners out there, and of course to all my Sombra-holics de parte de Tony de La Sombra, and thank you for having me here.
Can't forget about La Sombra-holics. I gotta tell you, Tony, man, when I started announcing that you were gonna be on my morning show, man, people were sending me messages left and right wanting to know what time, Robert, what day. We want to hear Tony on Robert Rivas Radio. Tony, what's been going on with you, man? How you been doing?
I'm doing good, gracias a Dios. You know, the man upstairs has been taking care of me. I was sick for a few years, about a while back, you know, pero like I said, gracias a Dios, I'm here. Y aquí estaré hasta que Él no quiere.
I gotta tell you, Tony, I tell people this, I don't care if you're in the music business, and whatever you're doing in life, you know, you can have all the money in the world, you can have all the big screen TVs and everything else, but if you don't have your health, you don't have anything, brother. That's
right, bro. That's right. You got to take care of your health because, and I'm telling you from experience, you know, cosas que me han pasado a mí, you know, take care of yourself because if you don't, nobody else is. And when the man is ready to take you, he's going to take you.
That's right, man. Hopefully our number ain't up yet, Tony, but if it is, well, man, I guess only the man upstairs knows when our number's going to be up. No que no.
That's right, bro. That's right. Only he knows. And for some reason, he hasn't taken me yet. So I really appreciate God Almighty. Thank you for giving me more time here on this planet, our planet Earth, and, you know, enjoying myself creating music for our La Raza Tejana, La Raza Mexicana, you know, enjoying time with my beautiful son, Marco. And of course all my Sombra-holics and all my crazy Sombra Mexicans out there, and boys like my boy right here, Robert Rivas.
Well, Tony, I gotta tell you, man, not because you're here beside me and we're talking and we're doing the interview, yesterday I never thought about it until I actually said it. It just kind of came out when I was announcing that you were going to be on my morning show. But all this is true, and I'll say it to anybody, I don't care who it is, but in all reality, La Sombra, going back to the day in the 80s, when Tejano started kicking and everything was the Mas, the Salinas, the Emilios, the David Lee Garzas, and of course the La Sombras. Now, everybody has their own little style, but I'm going to tell you, Tony, La Sombra put the hip in Tejano, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart, dude. You guys had a very, very special show that pretty much nobody else was doing back in the day, wouldn't you say?
Yep, that's what separated us from, no disrespect to nobody, but that is what separated us from all the other groups. That's what caught the audience, the attention, that La Sombra was different. You know, we would mix, open up with a song by Bobby Brown or Prince, and then we come in and hit it real hard with a Tejano sound with trumpets, synthesizers, accordion, you know, and it was awesome, you know. We had a little style of moving around too. We did practice a lot of stuff on choreography, you know, and that's what made us different, you know. And gracias a Dios for putting all the Sombra fans, Sombra-holics in our path. You know, that made La Sombra who La Sombra is, who La Sombra was, who La Sombra is, and who La Sombra will be. Because right now, man, I see the Sombra-holics on Facebook all over the place, and they're always putting stuff like, "We got your back, Tony."
You know, I got to tell you, Tony, you know, it doesn't matter what else happens, you know, for whenever we're on the world, La Sombra definitely made their mark in La Onda Tejana. There ain't no doubt about it. Now, speaking of that, Tony, where did this all begin, brother, back in Chicago? Who had the idea of saying, you know what, I want to start a Tejano band. You know what, we're going to call it La Sombra. Give me the lowdown.
Well, I have to say myself, practically, I've said this before, I started learning singing from my mom as a little boy. My mom would sing to me a lot, and I had cousins and family they had another group also, and they had all their equipment in my basement at my house. They would practice at my house. And then I learned the singing from my mom, and my brother Cruz had his keyboard in the basement, so I would go down there messing around with this keyboard, and that's where I learned how to play the keyboard. And then I learned. I went to a friend of mine one time, and he was playing a totonilco on the accordion, and I was watching him, and I learned a polka on the accordion. And then after that, I learned everything basically by myself. Gracias a Dios for blessing me with this thing you call talent. I've never taken any school for it, any classes. I'll be honest, I don't know how to read music. I just know how to create it, bro. And so far, gracias a Dios, and gracias a all those fans, Sombraholics, they've supported La Sombra for almost 30 years. At every interview I say almost 30 years. That was like 2 or 3 years ago. So it's got to be like over 30 years now. And I really appreciate the love and support they have for La Sombra. And I started La Sombra back in the day. We were a 4-piece band. My nephew Jesse was only 9 years old. He was on drums. My cousin Frankie and I were only like 13, 14 years old. And Henry, our bass player, he was around our age too, maybe a year older than us. It was only a 4-piece band, so that, and I started La Sombra back then. We recorded a 45, a single that I only made like 300, 400, 500 copies and just sold it locally around there. And you remember those 45s, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, we're not that old. We remember those 45s. We're not that old. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Tony. Mira, everything got started in Chicago, and of course, you had your blockbuster single called Mi Güerita Coca-Cola. Give me the lowdown about this single, man.
Man, it's an awesome song. What can I say? It just blew up, busted out.
Who wrote the song, Tony?
My sister Maria Luisa G. Ramirez.
Where did she come up with this idea of Mi Güerita Coca-Cola?
Well, actually, she knew there was another song called Mi Güerita Coca-Cola, and she couldn't remember the lyrics to it or the melody to it. So, and she kept telling me, bro, there's this song, Mi Güerita Coca-Cola, you should do it. I just can't remember the lyrics or the melody to it. And I said, well, just write your own then. So she wrote her own song about it, and what she wrote was a masterpiece, bro. Because that song made La Sombra from the very, very beginning, from our very first recording. It was the first single that was released, and once again, the fans made it a big hit. It became a classic, and it would always be there. And I'm very happy about it that she came out with that song. She wrote that song, and the music producing and arranging that we did to it was awesome.
I gotta tell you, man, that song, Mi Güerita Coca-Cola, it set the tempo to what La Sombra was gonna be about. Horns, moving, grooving, just the style of Tejano music, man. It set the pace for La Sombra, don't you think?
Yes, sir. It sure is. Puro Sombra style, all day, every day.
There you go. I tell you what, we're going to stop right there. We're going to take a break, and we're going to go ahead and play La Sombra's first monster hit, Mi Güerita Coca-Cola. Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and much more.
Coca-Cola, todos los hombres se voltean a mirar. cuando todos que te quieren y tú me quieres a mí. Con tus curvas, Coca-Cola, me supiste enamorar. Mi güerita chiquitis, no me vayas a dejar. Coca-Cola, todos los hombres se voltean a mirar. No me cuenten que yo no estoy en la bola, yo soy su dueño y de su amor he de gozar. Cuando pasas con tus curvas te meneas y si te miran me duele hasta el corazón y me dices no te enojes, yo soy me das un beso y se me quita este dolor. Mi güerita consentida, qué bonito amarte así, cuando todos que te quieren y tú me quieres a mí. Con tus curvas, Coca-Cola, me supiste enamorar. Mi güerita chiquitis, no me vayas a dejar. También para todos de Chicago.
Robert Rivas, Radio Tejano, and much more. And I gotta tell you, Tony, man, to hear that song, Mi Güerita Coca-Cola, it brings back a lot of memories. And quickly here, my brother, who passed away like 2.5 years ago, you know, he would always come to my apartment and he would tell me, hey, Robert, can you play that song, Mi Güerita Coca-Cola? He simply loved that song, just like a lot of people out there. They embraced that song and they embraced La Sombra.
Well, it's a powerful song, a beautiful song, powerful song, and man, just the way it comes in, pa 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 pa, you know, the trumpet sound, you know, Sombra sound is a powerful sound. I've always liked to do my songs like that. When the first note comes in, I want it to be powerful, you know, on top of the lyrics being beautiful lyrics and melodies and stuff like that, music arrangements, you know, I mean, it's an awesome song. We are going to be releasing, hopefully real soon, a greatest hits CD. I have started my own record label, and it's called G Sound Records. And this new greatest hits record is going to be under the G Sound Record. Con el favor de Dios.
You know what, Tony? One thing that I've noticed, that back in the day, while everybody else was getting away from horns and jumping onto keyboards, you guys came in with horns. Y'all went a different direction. Like I said, everybody was jumping on the keyboard bandwagon. Not you guys, man. You guys came in with the horns.
Well, I've always loved brass, man. The horns, you know, well, especially trumpets. As a matter of fact, I played trumpet on stage one time, but I only played it on one song. You know, it was too hard for me to learn. I don't know why I couldn't learn it, you know, but I learned one song on it and I played it on stage, and that was the only time I played it. But I've always loved trumpet, you know, saxophones and stuff like that. You know, I love it, you know, and when La Sombra started, we were kids, you know, we were 13, 14 years old. We were, and like I said, we learned everything on our own besides what mommy taught me, you know, and we didn't know anything. And actually, to be honest with you, that's what I really started with. One day I told my dad I wanted a saxophone. He bought me a saxophone, and I would play. I'm gonna tell you who I used to play. Who I would try to play like. Back then, it was Carlos Guzman. He had 3 trumpet players, Los Jóvenes. I don't know if you remember them.
Sure, of course.
And these guys would do all kinds of moves with their trumpets and everything, and caught my attention. I said, man, I want to be like them. You know, first I wanted to be like Michael Jackson. And then I saw them. I said, I want to be like them. So,
Michael Jackson with a trumpet. Vámonos. Tony, although I know your music and stuff, I'm trying to school myself a little bit about you as well. Now, I don't remember ever seeing you perform playing an instrument. Do you play any instruments?
I play accordion. Well, I play keyboards. When, like I said earlier, when I first started the band, it was a 4-piece band. I was a keyboard player and singer for La Sombra. And later on, I got another singer, which later on in the near future, I'm gonna post a picture of him. I found him. I haven't seen him in like 30 years. Since I came to Texas, I haven't seen him. And but I found him, and I don't know his real name. His name is I know we call him Chencho. But anyways, yeah, I play keyboards, I play accordions, very little bit of drums and bass.
Okay, like I said, I've seen you guys perform too many times, but I guess I caught you guys where, hey, you were just doing your lead singing. You were just kicking ass up there with the microphone and doing your sapo and all this other stuff on stage, man. Like I said, you guys had a full band, horns, keyboards, the whole enchilada. And what a show band you guys are. Now, I'm sorry, go ahead, Tony, go ahead.
We still have a full band. The trumpets and everything. I don't know if you want to call it a show band, because we're not skinny and young like we used to be before, but we still do our best. And some of the guys, I got 4 of the original guys in the band right now, which is my brother Cruz, Ray Talamates on trumpet and saxophone, and Jose Gonzalez Pepper and a guitar. And then the other guys are not originals, but they are awesome musicians, which is Eric Avalos on keyboards and accordion, Hector Martinez on trumpet, Frankie Boy on drums, and who else am I missing? I'm missing somebody. Was it? No, I think that's all of them.
Okay, I tell you what. Now, right after the CD, well, should I say album at the time, with Güerita Coca-Cola, Mi Güerita Coca-Cola, you guys put out like a string of albums. Like, it was just hit after hit after hit. You guys had The Wild Side, Good Boys Wear White, and One of a Kind. You guys were on fire, man. Talk to me about these albums.
Well, let me tell you how that works, bro. It's really how we ended up in Chicago and up there north is we went up there as migrant workers with our parents, and we used to work the fields. So we've always been hard workers, working in the field is hard, from the minute the sun comes out to the minute it goes down. You know how many hours that is? And then 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 noon, 3, 4, the sun is hot burning, So we're out there in the hot sun, picking tomatoes, pepino, you name it. We did it. That's hard work. Now, when we started doing music, I looked at it the same way, one album after another one, and kept my sister on her toes, writing songs for La Sombra. Not writing songs for La Sombra, let me rephrase that, writing hits, classics for La Sombra, I love you, sister, Maria Luisa G. Ramirez, who did so many songs, so awesome songs for La Sombra. And of course, with me producing and arranging the music to him, gracias a Dios for the talent that he has blessed us with. And yes, we did album after album, and gracias a Dios, I don't want to say we're doing it right now because I haven't come out with a new one, but I've released 5 new songs.
Let me ask you this, Tony. Because Gavino was a big part of the band as well. When did Gavino jump on board with La Sombra?
Gavino was 11 years old. At that time, my brother Cruz was already with the group. Harvey was with the group also. He was 11 years old, and he was just playing. He would play this little keyboard that I had that only had strings on it, and I would tell him, play these notes right here, when we do the song. And then I'd tell him, say, hey, sing that song. We're gonna do this song. Back in the day, it's called Ladies' Night by Kool and the Gang.
Oh yeah.
So he was singing that, but in a real skinny little thin kid's voice, and it sounded pretty cute, pretty funny, but he would do his thing, and he was only 11 years old when Gavino came into La Sombra, and that was actually before we even recorded our first record, Mi Güerita Coca-Cola.
Fíjate, Tony, I take it, you probably said you heard Gavino singing on this little keyboard doing this Kool and the Gang song, and you said, you've got talent, man. You're on La Sombra, ¿verdad?
Yeah, that's right.
I tell you what, I'm sorry, go ahead, Tony.
Then I got him a trumpet. Well, my dad did, and he started taking lessons in school, and he always had first chair and everything, and that's how he got to play the trumpet with La Sombra.
I was talking to Tony here a little bit, and I was mentioning to him that I could feel the love within the family itself, and definitely their mother, the mother of Tony and Gavino and La Familia de La Sombra, of los Guerreros. And they had come out with 2 songs. One was called Madrecita Mia, and then they came out with another song. I can't remember the first part of it, but in parentheses beside it was Oh Mommy. Yes. And I was talking to Tony about this, and Tony told me, well, I wrote that song, and I wrote it for my mom, and I'm the one that sings that. Give me a little bit of the lowdown about the song Oh Mommy.
Oh Mommy, I wrote the song for my mom because at that time she got real sick. She didn't even know who I was. She didn't know who Gavino was. She didn't even know who my brother Cruz was. She knew who all her daughters were, but she just didn't know who her 3 boys were. I remember I called her one time. I was in Florida. I was mommy's boy. I would call her every single day. I called her one time, at that time when she got sick. I called her one time, and this is what she told me. She answers the phone, and I go, "Hi, Mom, it's me." And she says, "Who are you?" I go, "It's me, Junior." Well, I'm a junior. And she goes, "No, I don't know you. I don't know no Junior." He goes, "No, Ma, it's me. I call you every day." And my mom goes, "No, my Junior is dead." That's what she said to me.
Wow.
That's what she said to me. She was real sick. For a little while, she lost memory, part of her memory, and I started feeling real bad, and that's how I came up with the song.
I tell you what, we're talking about the song Oh Mommy. I can talk about the song. Tony can talk about the song, but the only way to really understand the song and relate to the song is by hearing it. Let's go ahead and play it right now. No, Tony?
Yeah, we're gonna dedicate this song to my mom. Rest her soul. I lost her in 2004. I know many of you have lost your mommies too, and to the ones that haven't, this is dedicated to your mommy too and your daughter.
That's right, Tony. My daughter, back in the day when she was like 12, 13 years old, I was just getting into the Tejano music, business and the craze and all that, and I would play the La Sombra song, Oh Mommy, and my son and my daughter both would always sing it, but they would always, catch on to the Oh Mommy, and they just simply loved it. They embraced it. I think a lot of people out there embrace the song as well. Let's go ahead and play it. Oh Mommy.
Here it goes.
Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and much more, and I'm here with Tony Guerrero of La Sombra.
más te quiero decir que yo por ti en esta vida soy feliz. Tú eres la mujer más hermosa de este mundo y le doy las gracias a Dios porque tú eres mi madrecita. Tú siempre fuiste buena, me diste tus consejos, oh mami. Oh, oh. Madrecita, te llevo aquí en mi corazón. Tú me has enseñado las cosas de la vida, oh mami.
Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and much more. And I tell you what, Tony, man, this music, La Sombra music, it's just simply unreal, man. It just, it really takes you back to the day, man, and it makes you say, man, Tejano music was simply on fire. La Sombra was definitely part of the Tejano craze that was going on back in the late 80s and 90s. Now, I tell you what, let's move forward here. Now, after the Old Mommy and the Wild Side and the Wild Side and the Good Boys Wear White, y'all came out with a CD called Por Qué Te Quiero. Talk to me about that.
No, we came out with Good Boys Wear White.
There we go. Good Boys Wear White. Talk to me about Good Boys Wear White.
Well, if you look at the picture on that CD, the title of the CD record is La Sombra Good Boys Wear White, but we're all dressed in black. You get it?
Get it?
Okay, so we the bad boys. We're the bad boys because good boys wear white, but we're dressed in black. Anyways, all these CDs, all these songs were big hits for us. On this CD, we had the classic song of El Sapito, La Cumbia del Sapito, which, man, sold, I don't know, I can't even keep count of how many copies it sold. But it was a big hit. It's a classic for La Sombra. And what can I say? This song is loved by 8-year-olds to 80, 95-year-olds.
You would see kids jumping up and down. I remember seeing you guys at Rosedale Park many times here in San Antonio, and you would see the kids just tearing it up, just dancing it away. El Sap, Sap, Sapo, and the adults, everybody embraced the song.
Everybody, even myself. No, it's an awesome song. It's crazy because you know what? It's a song about a frog dance. That's what it's about. But we La Sombra turned it into the little part where you do and we created a sapo dance for it, and everybody loves that, and on top of that, of course, like Sombra always does, with the choreography, not just standing up there and singing, but doing our show part to the moves to our music and everything, and that's what made it what La Sombra is, and the song just became so popular.
Tony, where did the idea come from for the song El Sapo?
Well, actually, it was recorded from, it was written by this guy from Mexico, I think. I don't remember his name. My lawyer is the one that found his name, found out who wrote the song, because I didn't know who had wrote it. We used to tour back in the day with the group called Oasis. They used to play it. They went on tour with us for 6 months, and then they decided to go back home to Chicago, because they were from Chicago also, and I think they're still out there, and they perform locally. But the song was not being heard anymore, so I decided to record it because I liked the song, and it just, man, blew up. Boom.
The beauty of that, man. Sap, sap, sapo. And of course, right after that, now we're talking Por Qué Te Quiero, ¿verdad?
Yes, Por Qué Te Quiero, El Sancho.
El Sancho y La Sancha.
Yes. Well, El Sancho y Por Qué Te Quiero are on the same CD, and La Sancha followed the Por Qué Te Quiero El Sancho CD. El Sancho was a tremendous song that my sister wrote. I just gave her the ideas of what to write about, and she put the song together. It was so awesome. It was nominated for a Grammy, and that's when we went to the Grammys. Gracias a Dios, it was awesome, and I was having an awesome time that I forgot why I was there, that I was taking pictures with everybody. I was taking pictures with everybody, and I forgot why I was there, but I enjoyed it. Had a good time. El Sancho is another classic of La Sombra. Thank you to my sister Maria Luisa G. Ramirez, along with Por Qué Te Quiero, which is a song written by Rubén Ramos, El Gato Negro, from the Texas Revolution.
Can you imagine? You went from a frog to a Sancho, and they were all hits, man.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. I like that.
All that matters is that people love it, they embrace it, and it's sold. That's all that matters at the end of the day. No, que no, Tony.
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Tony, where'd you get all this money from? I got it from a frog, dude. I got it from a frog. Anyways, I tell you what, of course, after Por Qué Te Quiero, It was El Sancho, then La Sancha, and then Muérdeme.
Yes.
Talk to me about
La
Muérdeme.
Sancha.
Well, you know what?
Okay.
Let's go back here. Okay, you came out with El Sancho on one CD, and then the following, you did a remake, kind of in a sense, with La Sancha, kind of, ¿cómo se dice? La contestación, ¿verdad? Of El Sancho?
Yeah, it's like we didn't want to do something for the men and then do something, leave out and not do something for the women. But then again, we're always doing something for the women. You know, women are the most beautiful people on the planet, you know. And we did La Sancha, of course, and then after La Sancha, then we did Muérdeme, which was a big hit for us. Also, Muérdeme, abrázame, bésame, y si quieres, muérdeme. You know, the little part right there just caught the attention of so many people, and it's crazy how they used to sing the lyrics, you know, with us when we would play the song, you know. And along with, go ahead, were you going to say something?
Actually, Tony, I was just going to say, dude, if you keep on singing this song, it makes me want to go to a bar and get a beer and kick back and enjoy some of the singing, dude. It's really awesome music, Tony.
Man,
it really is, dude.
You're going to the wrong place if you're going to go get a beer and stuff. I'm going to go look for a girl and then sing, abrázame, bésame, y si quieres, muérdeme. Well, that's because I don't drink, though.
There we go. And good for you, man. And now, there's a fun fact about Tony. The man doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. Ladies, how many men out there can you say that they don't do that, eh?
You know, and being in the business that I am, you know, it's kind of hard to believe because, you know, in this business, you know, that's what everybody thinks everybody does. Mm-hmm. But not everybody does it. You know, I have never drank, smoked, or done any kind of drug in my life. You know, and if you see me jumping on stage, dancing, break dancing, doing flips or whatever, man, it's because I'm getting my energy from the fans, you know. When they're out there screaming and you see them and they're singing the song with you word by word, man, that gives you so much energy to do things you never thought you could do. I know I'm a lot older right now and not skinny like I used to be, but when I see that kind of stuff, I still do crazy things.
There we go. I tell you what, let's go ahead and play one of their blockbuster hits, El Sapo. I'm here with Tony Guerrero of La Sombra on Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and much more.
Come on, everybody, say stop, stop, sapo. 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 La cumbia del sapito la vamos a gozar. La cumbia del sapito la vamos a bailar. La cumbia del sapito la vamos a gozar. La cumbia del sapito la vamos a bailar. Un sapito y otro sapito, un sapito y otro no más. Un sapito y otro sapito, un sapito y otro no más. Bríncale para arriba, bríncale otra vez. 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 Un paso para adelante y otro para atrás. 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 La cumbia del sapito la vamos a bailar. La cumbia del sapito la vamos a gozar. La cumbia del sapito la vamos a bailar. Un sapito y otro sapito, un sapito y otro no más. Un sapito y otro sapito, un sapito y otro no más. Bríncale para arriba, bríncale otra vez. 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 Un paso para adelante y otro para atrás. 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 sapito la vamos a bailar, la cumbia del sapito la vamos a gozar, la cumbia del sapito la vamos a bailar. Un sapito y otro sapito, un sapito y otro no más, un sapito y otro sapito, un sapito y otro no más. Bríncale para arriba, bríncale otra vez, bríncale para arriba, bríncale otra vez, bríncale para arriba, bríncale otra vez, bríncale para arriba, bríncale otra vez. Un paso para adelante, otro para atrás, un paso para adelante, otro para atrás, un paso para adelante, otro para atrás, un paso para adelante, otro para atrás.
Robert Rivas, Radio Tejano, and much more. And I'm back here with Tony Guerrero of La Sombra. And man, I gotta tell you, man, me and Tony, in between these takes here, we talk a lot and we're talking about this and about that. And I brought up to Tony's attention, I told him, hey Tony, you had a song that was called Ay Amor. If I got it right, it came off of the Porque Te Quiero CD. And it's a song to where Tony it's like a little beat rapish kind of a song, but Tony's talking very seductively, very sexually to women. So I'm asking Tony, when did you write that song? Then he goes, I didn't write it, Robert. I said, well, who wrote it? My sister. How does a woman write a seductive song aiming towards women and she gets her brother to sing it? Give me the lowdown here, Tony.
Well, it's like going back to El Sancho, you know. I did the music, and well, first she did on that one she did the lyrics, but I gave her the idea about, you know, writing song El Sancho. You know what, everybody knows what El Sancho is, and I told her, hey, there's Las Hijas de Don Simón, there's Reinalda, la minifalda, la mujer casada, and I go, I want you to write me a song about El Sancho, you know, getting with all these women, you know, and she came up with El Sancho. Now this song, Ay Amor, I had done the beat to it, and I showed it to her. I go, can you write me a rap song to this song? And she goes, yeah. I go, okay, write it about, you know, from a man going to a female. And she goes, all right, I'll write it. And that's what she came up with. My sister's awesome, man. She can write about anything.
Can you imagine?
She has also written songs that I have not even produced or arranged music to them. Like, she wrote a song called El Hijo del Sancho, you know, and people don't know, but, you know, the song's there, you know. I just haven't gotten to it, haven't done it yet, and I'm just doing a lot of other stuff right now. But she writes a lot of songs, you know. Once she did El Sancho, you know, she came out with her own idea, and she goes, bro, I wrote a song, El Hijo del Sancho.
I'm sorry, man. It kind of makes me laugh. Can you imagine going to a girl and saying, I want you to write a song about a guy hitting on a woman? But you know what, man? As long as it works, that's all that matters. And obviously, it was working with your sister kicking ass doing all the songwriting. Well, most of it, should I say. Now, you also had another hit called Que Lejos Se Quedó, ¿verdad?
Yes.
Talk to me about this.
Yeah, Que Lejos Se Quedó is on the same album as Muérdeme. The title of the CD is Ilusiones. This is when we were with Fonovisa. The song is about Que lejos se quedó. It says, parte de mi corazón se alejó muy triste y parte de mi corazón se quedó muy lejos. This song was written, as a matter of fact, we were just talking about her right now. My sister Maria Luisa, who's my older sister, and one of my younger sisters, Yoli, her and Maria were real close, right? So we came to Texas and they stayed out there in Chicago. I brought Maria Luisa's kids with me, which is Alex, pretty boy, who was a part of La Sombra, who now owns K1. Once K1, and then they were making a lot of money. También they brought my sister down too, Maria Luisa. So when they brought her down, they separated my sisters, you know, and my sister Yoli stayed in Chicago, and my sister Maria came to Texas. So that's how the song came about. This song is written about she wrote the song about my sisters, you know, Que lejos se quedó. So it's like one sister leaving the other sister behind, you know. Well, of course they have to follow their kids, you know, and take and be with them. So that's how the song came about, Que Lejos Se Quedó.
Awesome. Now,
Which was an awesome big hit for us.
Sure. Now, Tony, let me ask you this. Kind of going through the kind of time frame with La Sombra, you guys, it's the first time with Freddie Records, then you went with Fonovisa, then you went with EMI, as they call them, EMI Latin.
Yes.
And so, like I said, you've gone full circle here in a sense. Then you took a break in the action, and now you're back. Tony Guerrero is back with La Sombra. Talk to me about what's going on today with La Sombra, Tony.
Well, today, now I have my own record label. I think I mentioned it earlier, if I'm not mistaken. I have my own record label, which is G Sound Records, and that's where the new recordings are coming out on. We have 5 new songs. You can find all of them on iTunes. Just go down to iTunes and look for, one of them is No Te Perdono, and one of them is Es Una Friquitona, which my son Marco at that time was going by DZ, but he doesn't like DZ no more, so he wants to go by his own name, Marco. So that's who he's going by now, Marco. But he recorded his first song, well, not his first song, but he recorded Es Una Friquitona. These 2 songs were released in May of 2012 and were awesome big hits for us, both of them. Es Una Friquitona won Song of the Year at the Tejano Globe Awards, and then we released Le Pido La Cruz, and then Sapito Remix, and then another one that we're going to talk about in a little bit. And like I said earlier, they're all available on iTunes, and they're under the G Sound record labels. And that's what we're doing right now. I'm working after 12 years. It had been 12 years since we had recorded, and I want to thank all our fans, who were very patient, waiting. I know some of them, there was smoke coming out of their ears and nose, hey man, when are you going to come out with something new? When are you going to, we want some Sombra stuff. So there you go. We started, we were out of the picture and now recording for the reason that I was sick for a while, and then some legal things that were going on, not among the group, but among other people, record labels. ¿Qué puedo decir? That's what we're doing right now. We got some big shows coming up. We're gonna be March 1st. We're gonna be doing Sombrero Fest with La Mafia in Brownsville, Texas. We got March 12th coming up in in Baytown, Texas, at the Shoot. That's the name of the club. We're going down to Monterrey, March 21st, 22nd, doing another big show over there with Roberto Pulido, Bobby Pulido, Emilio Navarra, los dos Gilbertos, los Garcia Brothers, Juan P. Moreno, and many, many more. And we're going to be doing Fiesta April 20. It's Saturday, 25th or the 26th April. It's either, I think it's the 26th, Saturday, April. We're going to be doing Fiesta here in San Antonio. And then we'll be back for the Kettleman's Bash with a whole weekend of nothing but partying. We'll be back La Sombra on May 25th. And we got some other shows lined up that are waiting to be confirmed. Those are the plans we have right now that we're going to be coming up with. And of course, we're going to keep up with our recordings, and aquí estamos.
Well, Tony, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to change gears on you here. And I've asked some of the other bands that I've interviewed, singers, and I like getting their input on this because I think it's very, very important to get input on what happened here. Selena was killed back in 1995. When you found out about it, what was your first reaction? How did you feel about this?
Man, at first I thought it was a joke, people playing around. I was in Ohio. We were touring Ohio, and when they told us, and I couldn't believe it was true, so I left it as a joke, I left it as a joke. It can't be true, it just can't be true. So, and then they kept talking about it. The guys did, I said, man, is this for real? I felt real bad. I felt real bad for, for losing anybody in life. But losing a person like that, it's okay. It's okay for God to take us, but when somebody else takes your life, away from you, that's not right, man. You know, that person is not right in the head.
You know, I've never heard it put that way, and that's very well put. I know you performed at same events with Selena here and there. Did you ever interact with her? Was there any kind of friendship, or was it just strictly, you know, it was all business? She'd be doing her thing, you'd be doing your thing?
Well, this is a funny thing. And listen to me very good. I don't want to offend anybody, and I don't want nobody to get mad at me. I just thought it was kind of funny. But one time we played together in Dallas, and Gavino and Selena, we were soundcheck, and Gavino and Selena sang a song together. And well, you know, Gavino's got that real unique thin voice. I mean, he doesn't sound like a man, and he doesn't sound like a woman. I don't know what he sounds like.
What is he here, Tony? Wait a minute.
You know, he's an alien or something. I don't know what. But when him and Selena sang, it sounded like Selena was the man and he was the woman. You know, and I just thought it was kind of funny. But I mean, they were awesome. They're both awesome singers. What she was, you know, que Dios la tenga en la gloria, en su gloria. You know, she's awesome singer. You know, she still is. You know, en nuestros corazones, she still is. You know, and so is Gavino. You know, and I just thought it sounded funny that her voice sounded more full than his. You know, because he's got that real thin voice. You know, and but it was awesome. I was just sitting there watching them singing together. You know, I don't even remember what song they were singing, but they were singing it. They were getting down to it, and that's the only thing that I saw that made me laugh. I go, then she sounds more of a man than Gavino does.
And I gotta tell you, man, you know, I can't speak for Gavino, but I'll lay you odds, that memory, that little event that happened between him and Selena, he's probably never gonna forget about that, man.
Probably not, bro. You know, it's something, especially with tragic, something like this happens, you know, it's the, you know, and even if the tragedy wouldn't happen, you know, it was an awesome memory that you will never forget.
You know, it is really something. I'm going to speak for myself here. That when people talk about Tejano music, man, Tejano was hot. It was on fire. When people talk about that, of course, you start talking bands. Remember Mas? Remember Emilio? Remember David Lee? Remember Selena? And I'm going to tell you something, Tony. Not because you're beside me, but this is the truth. La Sombra gets thrown in the mix each and every time of the strong, heavy hitters from back in the day. And mind you, you guys didn't get started here in San Antonio and Corpus. You guys kicked it off in Chicago. Now, it's tough enough just to try to do something special here in San Antonio, which they call the roots of Tejano music right here in San Antonio, as the capital of Tejano music, should I say. But for you guys to do it from Chicago and bring it this way, that is simply unreal, amigo.
That is history.
That's right.
You know, that is history. Not bragging about myself, but it is, because we are the only group that has ever done that. There are so many groups, no disrespect, you know, I wish everybody the best, you know, because I've been through it, you know. I know there's a lot of alligators out there, you know, and they end up ripping you off, you know, and you know, but La Sombra has been the only group that has come to Texas from out of Texas and be very successful. And you know what? Thanks because of the Texans fans, because that's where we started with first, Tejano music, you know, and thanks to Texas, because this is where we came from, and then we started spreading out through all the United States, and then we did the crossover through por todo Mexico, and you know, I really appreciate that, you know, the love and support they have for us. La Sombra has been the only group that has done that. People
embraced you. They embraced your music. I think they felt La Sombra's foundation, the family foundation of you guys.
You know, yes, they made us feel welcome, you know, everywhere we came, to Texas, United States, and all over Mexico, por todo Mexico. But the best part of it, bro, was when they invited us to barbecues, tortillas con free food, tortillas, you know, and all that, el arroz. That was the best part.
When it got personal, going just to a backyard, the simple stuff,
exactly,
right? Back to the
yes.
basics, ¿verdad?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, people see your performance as an artist, you know, and people see you as an idol or an awesome artist. Me, I'm just like anybody else. That's the way I see it, you know. So I don't think anybody's better than me, and I don't think I'm better than anybody else.
I hear you.
You know,
I hear you.
Every person out there has a heart just like I do, has feelings just like I do, you know, and that's the way I see it. That's the way I see things. You know, I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how famous you are. You know, we're all the same. And if anything, the rich, the famous should help the poor.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
or people who are in need.
Sure. Okay, Tony, I tell you what, you've got a brand new single happening right now that's pretty much exploding all over the place, man. It's called Mi Cumbia. And of course, I'm playing it on Robert Rivas Radio. Talk to me about the song Mi Cumbia.
Awesome song, bro. Another one, another hit for La Sombra. You know, it's been the number one requested song in 3 weeks in a row in other places. And I really appreciate you for spinning that's how you used to say back in the day. Spinning. Do they still say this?
Playing, spinning, however, man.
Yeah. Now it's all electronical, you know. I don't know if you can spin it electronically. Anyways, thank you for playing it on the Robert Rivas show. Yes, Mi Cumbia is hot. It's hot, you know, especially women and men out there. The favorite part they like about the song is the BBG. BBG, which stands for Big Booty Girl, because it's got a little part in there that says work it, big booty girl, work it. And don't take it wrong, when we say work it, big booty girl, you know, it's talking about, hey, work it to the music, you know, have a good time and dance, you know, and forget all your problems and stuff like that. It's not saying take it to the corner and work it. That's not, you know what I'm saying?
You don't mean it to be sexual or anything like that.
Yeah, you know, because I've had comments made before, you know, the same thing with Friquitona. Es una Friquitona was being played at another station, and then they took it off, and I asked them, why did you guys take it off? And they said, well, ratings were going down. I go, they were? And they say, yeah, every time we think it's too freaky for the older audience. And I said, what? And he goes, man, listen to the lyrics. Es una Friquitona is not a dirty song. You know, it's a clean song. It's talking about a girl getting freaky when La Sombra plays the cumbia, when La Sombra plays the song, and she just gets freaky and starts dancing, you know, freaked out with it. You know, they said the song was too freaky, but yet they turn around and the next day they play Super Freak by Rick James. You know, and now if you listen to Rick James, that song is really, you know what I'm talking about. Sure. Real Super Freak, you know.
Tony, I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to put you on the spot here, man.
Go for it.
I'm going to put you on the spot. I've got to do this, man. Tony, the song that you wrote, Oh Mommy, can you sing a little bit of it here, man? Right here, right now, dude. Give me a little taste of that, man. Give the people a taste of that.
Madrecita, te llevo en mi corazón. Tú me has enseñado las cosas de la vida, oh mami, oh yeah, madrecita.
Wow, dude, that's simply awesome. You know what, dude? I've seen you guys perform too many times. I cannot remember any time you performing this song live. You performed it live, haven't you, or no?
Honestly, we haven't.
Wow.
We haven't, you know.
That is unreal, man.
We haven't performed it. I don't know why. It's an awesome song. I want to get the guys to learn it so we can play it.
Te voy a regañar, Tony, because that's your song. That's a song to your mother. That's a song that I know a lot of people love. And sometimes, man, you got to give the people what they want, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I guess it's just been the times to where, you know, La Sombra being out of the picture for a while, you know, that's how my nephews became the Cumbia Kings, the Super Reyes, K1, you know, because there was problems, not among the band, but, you know, through management and stuff like that, you know, and then me getting sick, you know, and changing musicians, you know, we would learn mostly what they were playing on the radio, and Oh Mommy was being played on the radio, but it wasn't a classic song like Mi Güerita Coca-Cola, and it is to a lot of people because it's talking about your mother, you know, and I shouldn't say it's not a classic. I should say it is because, you know what? Bottom line, I need to stop. I need to play the song.
Thank you, Tony.
That's all I have to say.
And a lot of people are going to thank you as well. I tell you what, Tony, we got to go ahead and finish up this interview. So I'm going to finish it off with one last question. Actually, not one last question. One last, do you have anything you would like to tell your fans?
Well, to everybody out there, not just my fans, not just the Sombra-holics, to all the kids especially, education is very, very important. Very important. Like I said before, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do any kinds of drugs. You don't need that stuff to do what you want to do, to be who you want to be, you know. So that's about it, you know. And don't let nobody tell you you can't do what you want to do unless you're a minor and your parents are the ones telling you you can't do it. That's the only time, okay? But other than that, do what you want to do as long as it's the right thing, you know. I want to send a shout out to all my Sombra-holics out there listening before we go up, because I think this is going to be our last song, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
To all my Sombra-holics, I'm not going to go by names because I am so hungry. Robert has had me here all morning, and I didn't eat no breakfast before I came here. So to all the Sombra-holics, and I'm not going to do it by name because there's so many of you, but if you're a Sombra-holic, you know who you are, all right? All day, every day, baby. Twerk it, work it, twerk it, bounce it up and down, and let's do some jamming, bamming, slamming, humping, bumping, and jumping with Tony G y La Sombra. Here you go, the new recording, Mi Cumbia, with my boy
Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and much more. And I was here, and what a delight. Tony, thank you for being on my morning show. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. And let's do it. Let's play your brand new single, Mi Cumbia.
Órale DJ, súbele al volumen.
Órale. What's up, man? You know what time it is, right? It's Sombra time, pachanga time. Ya muévelo, mamita. Guacha mi raza. Guacha. A mi raza le entra locura cuando suena mi ritmo, mi cumbia. En sus caras se ve la alegría. Con mi cumbia se goza la vida. Trucha, trucha, mira cómo gozan. Trucha, trucha, ay qué sabrosura. Trucha, trucha, mira cómo gozan. Trucha, trucha, ay qué sabrosura. Ahí vamos, ya muévelo, ya muévelo, ya muévelo. 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 Suavecito. Ahí pasito a pasito, muy calmadito, pasito a pasito, dale suavecito, ladito a ladito, muy calmadito, ladito a ladito, dale suavecito. Work it, big booty girl. 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 Work it, nenita. Ya vamos. Ya muévete, ya muévete, ya muévete. Ya shake it, mami, shake it, mami, shake it, ya. Ya muévete, ya muévete, ya muévete. Ya shake it, mami, shake it now. Con mi cumbia. Ay, caramba. La pachanga se calienta. Yeah. Se calienta con la sombra. Es muy rico mi ritmo, mi cumbia. Y mi raza la goza, la goza. Con mi cumbia se calienta la cosa. Con mi cumbia todo se olvida. Trucha, trucha, mira cómo gozan. Trucha, trucha, ay qué sabrosura. Trucha, trucha, mira cómo gozan. Trucha, trucha, ay qué sabrosura. Sabrosura. Ahí vamos, ya muévelo, ya muévelo, ya muévelo. 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 Suavecito. Ahí pasito a pasito, muy calmadito, pasito a pasito, dale suavecito, ladito a ladito, muy calmadito, ladito a ladito, dale suavecito. Work it, big booty girl. Work mami, shake it, ya. Ya muévete, ya muévete, ya muévete. Ya shake it, mami, shake it now. Con mi cumbia, caramba. Con mi cumbia se calienta mi raza.